So this is about earned value management. So all these formulas you should know. Budget at completion, how much did we budget for the total project effort? Estimation at completion, budget at completion by CPI. This is a basic, considering the normal trend. If this trend continues, this is how the formula will be. Okay. Then we have the estimation to completion, which is EAC minus AC. Then variance at completion is BAC minus EAC. How much is the variation? So the same thing put up in a graphical format. Let's say this is the current time as of today. The planned value was this. I was supposed to PV is my planned value. Okay. So this is the current time. The planned value is this. Then my as of today, what I completed is this. Actual. This is where my actual comes. Percentage of work completed. Budgeted cost of work performed is this. This is how my performance is going on. And this is my plan. So my budget at completion is nothing but at this point, when my project completes, this was what I had anticipated to spend. Now, according to the current trend, if I consider this current trend progressing, then my project will be ending here. And this is my estimation at completion. This was my budget at completion, what was anticipated and budgeted for. This is the estimation at completion. And my actual cost of today is this. I already spent this much. This red line is the actual cost. So as of today, this is already spent. And that means how much money is left for me to spend will be the estimation at completion, that is this point minus this. So that is my estimation at completion. This one value will be, and my variance at completion will be between EAC and BAC. This one is variance at completion. So this is another example. Probably you can go through this. So let me zoom it. Have a look at this. That means the project, this red indicates that this task is completed. So technically we are saying in Jan this had 6 days, or and then in Feb, like task 2 we covered 8 days in February, and March we covered 12 days. So we are end of March. So technically this is what has been covered. The red part is what has been covered. So if you see the plan value is 6 plus 14. 8 plus 6 plus 8 is 14. So we have 14. Now cumulative is 8, 6, 14 plus 6, 20. So my cumulative values are also mentioned. Planned value is what was anticipated to be planned. EV can be calculated by percentage progress into planned man day. Okay. So EV can be calculated by percentage progress into planned man day. Now PV is given here, whatever was planned here according to this. So now for each of these tasks, in Jan, how much time, Feb, how much, March, April, May. So all these are my plan value. Then for this earned value is what has been done, 6, 14 and 12. This is what has been done, covered. Okay. So then I have 6 plus 14 plus 12. That is my earned value. Then, so my typically cumulative earned value will be around 32. Now actual cost is what has been actually spent is 14 plus 12 plus 8. So roughly around 40 is what has been actually spent. Is it clear?
So does this mean that this project is on track as per schedule and as per budget?
See, here my earned value, what is my EV? EV is this. Okay, the PV is there, EV is around 32. 32 is my cumulative EV, and my actual cost is 40. Okay, so EV, my cost variance is EV minus AC. So 32 minus 40. So it is negative. So it is the over budget. And then EV minus PV. PV is here. Okay, around 48. Again, my earned value is 32 minus 48. Again, it's not good. Okay, so we are behind schedule and over budget. So now do this exercise. Okay, now calculate the earned value, planned value, actual cost. So what is the planned value?
3,000.
Okay, and earned value?
1,750.
$2,750. Plus there is one more 50, no? So it is 3,250.
Correct, 3,450.
Alright.
3450.
So you have to put, 3250. Yeah, and my
Actual value is 1,000 plus 1,000 plus.
no, actually is this cost spent.
Yeah, correct. So that's 3450.
1,200 plus 1,000, 2,200 plus 500, 2,750 plus
3,450.
yeah. And then budget at completion.
6,000.
Okay, 6,000, right?
Yes.
Then cost variance.
100. Minus 900.
Cost performance index.
94.94.
Okay. Then schedule variance. Just make a note of all this. We will check the answers.
The cost performance index is
Okay. Schedule variance. Schedule performance index.
schedule performance index 1.083.
Okay. EAC
6,382. 190.
okay. Next ETC
2933.
and variance
Collision is 383 approximately.
so is it below budget or over budget? Check the answers.
Earned value is 3250, right? It's not 3025. Yeah.
EV no? Yeah, it's wrong. To tell them. Okay. This clear?
So as a result, I think from CPI onwards, everything would be wrong.
Yeah. But you got the gist of it, no?
Yes.
So that is how earned value is done. Now EAC is an interesting topic actually. The reason being,
Sorry, can you just go back to the previous slide? The schedule performance incentive index is 25. 1.0. That's all. That's right. Thank you.
Right, okay. So if you EAC is very interesting because under normal conditions, if the trend will continue, then the formula that we have assumed EAC is BAC by CPI will be correct. So if that will continue till the end of the project, but we can't say. In reality, you can't say that my trend will continue. Probably, the work load may come down, or the activities that are pending are smaller activities. So my BAC by CPI may or may not be correct in all situations. So I may have to understand that there are other formulas for that. EAC is equal to AC plus BAC minus EV. This is when my trend is not typical of my thought of atypical. So it is not typical of current. So then I use this AAC actual cost plus budgeted completion minus EV. Okay, and this is one formula that we use for atypical. So the idea is this atypical. Point is here atypical. Okay. Whereas if you have the like if you assume poor cost performance and there's a firm completion date and my end date is fixed, then I had to go with this formula AC plus EAC minus EV by community CPI and community SPI for each of the like index for all my cost variance, cost performance and my schedule performance. So these are the three formulas for EAC. Make a note of this somewhere, and probably sometimes you may have to, this question may come. Okay? Done? Okay?
Okay.
Then note this down also, to complete performance index. This is what we normally do in work remaining and fund remaining. How much work is remaining and how much is the fund remaining. Okay?
Okay.
So the advantage is that your earned value management technique is method to measure project performance against the project baseline. So I can use for scope, time and cost. The forecast is complete date and final cost. So I can forecast the completion date, how long will it take more, and the final cost of the project. And provide the schedule and budget variance. It talks of what is my variance. This is about earned value management. So the PV is plan value, estimated work of some takeaways, and this are some information. So plan value is the estimated value of the work planned to be done. Earned value is estimated value of work actually accomplished. And then we have AC, which is actual cost. Then we have budgeted completion, BAC, budgeted amount for the total work. Then we have estimation at completion, the current estimate of the total project cost. So this is a forecasted value. Then we have the estimation to complete. How much additional resources, how much additional time and how much additional cost you have to incur from this point on. Then variance at completion is how much over or under budget we expect to be at the end of the project. Again, this is forecasting, see how much we are going to vary. Right? So my cost variance is CV is EV minus EC. Schedule variance is EV minus PV. Cost performance index is EV divided by AC. And schedule performance index is as EV divided by PV. Then estimation at completion is about budget at completion by CPI. Then all this we have already done, so I'm just reading it out for you. Any questions?
So far so good.
Okay, so let's do some questions.
T performance index. It is D. It is cost performance. So
Yeah.
that means we have to take about the cost, not about the value.
Yeah. So it is, we are getting only 73%.
Time.
Okay.
Critical thing, I think. I think you only can, put some cheap resources because the scope has already been decided and you have to work on that. So you cannot cut the other way cost.
Yeah.
The resource,
So
I think.
So could be either A or D, because I may not get a cheaper resource in the nth hour. Okay. Strongly say no to sponsor and walk out from the project is not very good. Okay. Cut some of the project activities, inform the sponsor about this. So we can try, but this is not going to go well with the customer. So
C and D, I think.
there is cut some of the project activities, inform the sponsor. So you may have to discuss and you may have to see if this is possible or not. Cut some of the project activities and inform the sponsor about the same. So because you have to tell them, okay, sir, if you are going to reduce this cut cost by 10%, then some activities we may have to reduce. So be transparent. So when the requests come from them, then why not highlight it to them? Okay. Any questions?
No, from my side.
Okay, so then we'll go to quality. Okay, so quality. Now, one of the important parameter is quality also. So, for success of a project, it is always important to have, good quality. Now, what is quality? Quality is about conforming to requirement. Can you see my screen? Okay.
Yes,
Quality. Yeah, quality is, if you see, the simplest way of putting up, defining quality is conformance to requirement. Conformance to requirement. Okay, and requirement of customer. So basically, customer could be, requirement could be either explicitly stated requirement, explicit or implicit. And customer could be external customer or internal customer. So I have quality is about requirement that could be explicitly stated or implicitly have to be understood. So requirement could be anything, but then requirement of the customer. Customer could be external customer or internal customer. So quality has to ensure that we meet the requirement of both external and internal customer. Okay. So for this, there are three processes here: planning, quality assurance, and quality control. So project quality management deals with the quality process, the roles and responsibility, the quality goals, and the project quality management addresses both the quality of the project. So here, one is the project quality, and second is management of the project quality, and then the product quality. So two qualities are very important. One is project quality, and then the other is product quality. Okay, and so we must succeed in meeting the quality requirement of both. Both have to be understood. So impact of poor quality is that it increases the cost and it lowers the customer satisfaction. So how does it increase my cost? How does poor quality increase cost? Because of defects, I may have to rework, and because of the rework, the time that is additionally required is increasing the cost of the increases the cost. So I have to ensure that I don't have defects, which means if I ensure there is defect-free product and defect-free project, means my there is no rework that would be required. It is only when we have defects that we have to rework. So defect is not there. That means rework is also not there. Because there is no rework, that means I don't have to use one resource to fix that defect. So because I don't have to use another resource to fix that defect, I don't have that cost that is required for reworking for the time. Okay. So increased cost, poor quality leads to increased cost. Good quality reduces the cost. Okay. So technically, the cost of non-conformance comes down, and the cost of non-conformance goes up actually. Sorry, it goes up, and so because of which my cost increases. And if the reworks are there, customer is not going to be happy because they have to wait for that reworked product defective piece to be replaced or corrected. The customer is not going to be happy. So their satisfaction levels are going to come down. So causes of the impact, the consequences of poor quality is increased cost and lower customer satisfaction. Clear? Now we are talking of the three processes: quality planning, quality assurance, and quality control. So quality planning, the output are quality management plan, your quality metrics, and my checklist. So whenever we are talking of quality planning, I also need to have understanding of my improvement. For improvement, I need to have measurement metrics. So what happens is typically for everything to be what can be measured is what can be managed. Okay, what can be managed? Managed is what can be controlled. And what can be controlled is what can be improved. So my secret for improvement starts with the metrics. It starts with measurement. Starts with what I measure. So metrics plays a very important role in my improvement. So quality planning, I have to plan not only the quality plan is also, in addition to the quality plan, I also have to plan my metrics and my the improvement checklist. So now what happens is typically if I have to improve on certain things, okay, then the quality metrics is used to measure my improvement, and then I have some checklist. Every time I fix up a defect, so if there is any normally in Siemens, every time we start a project, what we used to do is we have to go through the repository of defects. And we had a huge repository of past project and the defects. So based on that repository, and there was to be checklist available, and we keep on adding to the checklist more checkpoints to ensure that those defects that have been earlier identified don't occur again. So this checklist also gets planned in quality planning. And then we come to quality assurance. What is assurance? What is the difference between assurance and control?
Assurance is evaluation whether it is compliant to the requirement and the standard.
Okay. Assurance is nothing but we are ensuring the process is ensure a good process to meet requirement. So process gets audited. So I will have one is so this is about process analysis. One of the tools we will use is process analysis, and the second is audit. So quality assurance is about the process to ensure that requirements are met. Quality control is only output, the final product. The verification of final product.